I would describe myself as an investor and a financial literacy advocate. I grew up on the south side of Chicago. We grew up very poor in a neighborhood where you're watching everyone live the American dream from afar. Rampaged by drugs and gangs. We probably got evicted every year I was in high school. You know, you get off the bus and you see your stuff on the curb. But all of those things really inspired me to understand money and understand why some people don't have these issues and why others do. And then what can I do to stop this from happening to my family, but also to my entire community?
99X, this is the Morning X. It's Barnes and Leslie. And many times you have heard us mention one of our, I think both, I speak for you too, Leslie, one of our favorite shows is Shark Tank.
I'm addicted.
And newsflash, it's a shock to my system. No longer on Friday nights. It will be this season on Wednesday nights. Look in the waters. We've got a shark. Raushan Williams, welcome to the Morning X.
Hey, thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here.
A lot of people seeing you, make your way onto the Shark Tank stage, and you've got roots here in Atlanta, obviously. How did this whole thing come about that you ended up, being on Shark Tank?
I've been teaching financial literacy for the last 25 years, and I've been a venture capitalist for the last 12 years. I had no idea that people that watch Shark Tank were so interested in learning about investing and launching startups. So I was going about my business, investing in great startups, watching them scale. I'm on CNBC talking about Coinbase and Robinhood and DraftKings IPOs. I was an early investor in those. And the Shark Tank folks reached out. And I was like, I'm not a celebrity, right? And they were like, yes, we know that, but we love how you teach. You bring a different perspective. Can you come and interview? And then since then, I was on 3 episodes last season. I'm on 6 for season 17. I'm excited about it.
I want to ask you a question because I actually love watching this show, but I want to flip it around because I know you've probably inspired a lot of, the young investors or entrepreneurs. Was there something from their side, though, that sort of maybe changed the way you look at mentoring someone?
One thing that I learned from Shark Tank, this is going to sound really crazy, Leslie, I've never seen the reaction of entrepreneurs after I decide to invest. It's all over phones and Zooms and people hang up. On Shark Tank, it's live. You see them right there. They literally cry or they're devastated right there in person. So it helped me become a better investor, be a little more personal. And it's not just business, it's not just numbers, it's about people. So that story about it really helped drive home that this is what I need to be doing, helping entrepreneurs build businesses and change the financial landscape for their families for generations. And I just absolutely love it.
Staying on that topic, when you mentor like athletes or entertainers about private equity, which you're very smart with, what's the most common wealth-destroying myth that you have to deconstruct for these type of people who suddenly come into a lot of money?
The first thing I tell them is the most important financial question that no financial advisor has probably ever asked you is this question here. What's your number? And what I mean by that is, what percentage return does you, Barnes, and you, Leslie, need on your investable assets in order for your passive income to be more than your expenses on an annual basis? So said differently, if you have $10 million, just the average amount an athlete has, and he spends $1 million a year, how much do you need to get on a return for that $10 million to cover your $1 million in expenses? And it's 10%. Start there. A lot of people think you have to just put your portfolio in bonds and get 2%, and you're 33 years old and you're going to live for another 50 years. Get 10%. You don't have to cut your expenses. Everyone's talking about spend less, but there's no one saying earn more. So focus on both sides of the equation.
Being a part, owner of the Falcons, do you actually have a class for these new dudes coming in getting all this money? Do you sit down with these guys and since you're right there with the team and share this knowledge?
First and foremost, I appreciate Arthur Blank for allowing me to be a limited partner of the Falcons. I'm learning just from being around billionaires like him all the time. In the limited partnership group, we're not allowed to teach financial literacy to players and all of the things that, it's a separate line. You have the union, you have agents. So everyone is kind of separate in that respect. So I push information out to the public. Social media, Instagram, I'm very active with educating people. That's actually one of the reasons I wanted to do Shark Tank. And a lot of people that watch it, especially for the season 17, you'll see new investment concepts, new ways to de-risk investments, new ways to vet deals that you probably haven't seen before. So I'm pretty excited about working with everyone, especially through the Shark Tank platform.
Talking to Raushan Williams, of course, venture capitalist, one of the sharks, Shark Tank, debuting tonight. Question for you, because you were an early investor in things like Dropbox, lift. Was there one investment that really surprised you that just went berserk in a positive way?
You know what? It's a company called Doorbot. Do you guys know what that company is called today?
Doorbot? No,
Like
what is
DoorDash?
it? What's Doorbot?
Nope. Doorbot. Ring. So the shark passed on Ring. It was called Doorbot originally. I invested after they passed.
No way!
And I had no idea that they were getting, yes. This was like 8-9 years ago. I had no idea they would be acquired for $1 billion. Amazon. I mean, what a great investment. Like, it was one of my favorites.
Well, and what a great thing to hold over all the other sharks' heads. But, okay, Rashaun, but what's the flip side of it? What's the one that someone pitched you and you're like, yeah, and you are a very nice guy, so you're probably like, I really respect your pitch, but nah. And then you look back and it blew up.
Oh, man, that's every day, man. How much time do we have here?
Seriously, what's the big one?
The big one is probably Airbnb.
Oh,
man, had I put $50,000 in Airbnb, I would have made $50 million off the $50,000.
Oh, no!
Wow.
Wait, Rashaun, you're a smart man. Yeah. How did you not look at that concept and think, oh, that's going to be big?
You know what? I'm not a smart man. You just called me out there. I'm not a smart man. If you miss out on Airbnb, you are not allowed to say you're a smart man.
Yeah, but you got Ringbot or whatever, Doorbot. You got that one.
Yes.
Hi, I'm Joe Saul-Sehy, host of the Stacking Benjamins podcast. Today, we're going to talk about what if you came across $50,000. What would you do?
Put it into a tax-advantaged retirement account.
The mortgage. That's what we do.
Make a down payment on a home.
Something nice.
Buying a vehicle.
A separate bucket for this addition that we're adding.
$50,000. I'll buy a new podcast.
You'll
partner.
buy new friends. And we're done. Thanks for playing, everybody. We're out of here. Stacking Benjamins. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
I know you've been an advocate for Gen Z, really to become millionaires by avoiding doom spending. When you talk about doom spending, is that like, I don't know, spending too much on a car or too much on a house? Like, what do you mean by that?
Yeah, I think you have to find a balance. And this is what I was saying before about your expenses. You have to be rational and reasonable, but also how much money your money is earning. It's an equation. It's just a math equation. So doom spending to me is constantly outspending your passive income or your active earned income. And you just see people going down this spiral where they're getting further and further in the negative. There are ways to cut it. There are ways to be more fiscally responsible. But again, it's a combination. I don't have a flat number that everyone should cap at spending. It's in relation to how much you earn from earned income or passive income.
Rashaun, I've been trying to tell Barnes that. He spent $600 on some Nike shoes.
No, they were $900.
See what I'm saying, Rashaun?
It's those shoes, Rashaun. It's those shoes that squeeze your feet and heat your feet. It's the Hyper Ice. Come on. You would invest in that.
Oh, yeah.
Those are badass.
Absolutely. And look, Barnes makes $900 million a year. So
right.
You can spend $900 on shoes.
Exactly. Rashaun, now you were guest sharking. Are you considered now a full-time shark or are you still just guesting?
I am. I've graduated from guest shark to reoccurring guest shark. I feel reoccurring about that.
Okay. Well, Shark Tank, one of our buddies on the show, Ken Fuchs, is your director. And so I've spent a lot of time on the set watching, and I'm fascinated by it. He'll be like, you really want to sit here for 10 hours and watch? I'm like, absolutely, because they're like an hour long sometimes in the room. My question for you, though, is now you've done several episodes. When these guys come out of the doors and they come out, what's the biggest non-financial signal that you see that really makes you lean out already before they've even given you numbers or anything? Is there anything nonverbal? Because I think people could learn from that when they're negegotiating.
You know, what a great question. And first of all, Ken is the man. Like, I love Ken. He's super
awesome.
Amazing. Like, he's dope. So here's the thing about investing. Everyone likes to follow patterns. They use pattern recognition. What did the guy from Ring look like when he walked out? And let me find the exact replica of that. I'm actually the opposite. I am deathly afraid that someone is going to try to scam me. So I'm starting from no. So for me, I'm looking for someone to convince me and move me to yes from no. My default is no. I'm from the south side of Chicago. We have trust issues just from the start. So when I look at people, I'm immediately thinking about the top 10 ways that startups fail. And I'm listening to them, looking for red signs that this is going to be a failure because I'm investing my family's money. Now, there's some things that people can do. They can have confidence and competence. Confidence plus competence. Not just confidence, and not just competence. You need to have both of those. And when you have both of those, my ears start to perk up a little bit.
I like that.
Great advice.
Well, they always say you should hang out with the wealthy and smart people. Do you kind of live up to do you agree with that? Like the more closer in proximity you put yourself to those people, the better you are?
100%. I stalk them.
Okay, good.
I stalk them all day, all night long.
So
He's not going to hang out with us.
Let's get lunch soon, Rashaun. Now that I've pulled you into that. All right. Thank you.
Oh, the bait and switch.
The bait and switch. Got you. Thank you, Raushan Williams.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Joe Saul-Sehy, host of the Stacking Benjamins podcast. Today, we're going to talk about what if you came across $50,000? What would you do?
Put it into a tax-advantaged retirement account.
The mortgage. That's what we do.
Make a down payment on a home.
Something nice.
Buying a vehicle.
A separate bucket for this addition that we're adding.
$50,000, I'll buy a new podcast.
You'll
partner.
buy new friends. And we're done. Thanks for playing, everybody. We're out of here. Stacking Benjamins. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.